guys. This video is going to be a little different. Instead of doing a day by day, we were scheduled to and have been at Yellowstone since day 27.
And we don't want to bore you guys with
drive
time because there was a lot of driving.
So this is going to kind of be a day 27 through day 33 video, and we're going to try to talk about all the hot spots, the things we saw, and the things we did. So we arrived on day 27 at Sun Outdoors Yellowstone North, which is a blue water property, which, as you know, is one of the companies we work with. It is a cute little park, not very big, but overlooking the river. You could actually see Yellowstone Park, parts of it, from the campground. It was beautiful. The staff was very friendly. They had laundry, a really nice laundry facility. I didn't go in the bathrooms, but they did have bathrooms, bathhouses, trash receptacles, very close to every site. And we were up on the top. We had a back-end site. They also had pull-through sites. And when you first come into the campground, they had some pull-in sites. So if you're in that drivable unit and you want to be facing Yellowstone Park and all the things that you can see from there, the river, those would be great options.
If you want to wake up in the morning and look out your front windshield and see Yellowstone Park, those would be the
sites for you. We did lots of fun stuff, guys. We went downtown. We checked out, the tourist store.
What's up, Jimmy? He's coming around you.
Had your typical jewelry, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all that kind of stuff. We dined at the Antler one night as a group. When we first got there, everyone didn't make it, but a lot of us were there. We checked out Yellowstone for days, guys. We still didn't see the whole park. I think we would have to be in the park from sunup to sundown every day.
I think we were there sunup to sundown.
There were people that spent a lot more time there than us. But we did get to see the Grand Prismatic Spring.
Thank goodness.
After 2 attempts. We got to see Old Faithful.
So let's talk about that while you're there. Let's give a little bit of tricks of the trade, topics, whatever you want to call it.
So yeah, we went into
I guess
Yellowstone.
That's the number one place that Yellowstone says to see.
Yeah, early one morning. Part of the group was going to see Old Faithful and then going to the Grand Prismatic. We had already seen Old Faithful, so we went straight to the Grand Prismatic. And when I say early, I think we left at like 4:30 in the morning.
Today marks day 30, and it's unofficially the halfway mark of the crawl. So we decided to get up again at 4:30 in the morning.
Well, not again. We decided to get up at 4:30 in the morning.
No, again.
We haven't been getting up.
We got up one time at 4:30 in a past video where we went and got the truck ceramic coated.
Good morning.
Why in the world on whatever day this is? I don't even know because it's too early in the morning.
I think it's day 17, but I don't know.
4:30 in the morning, we are up in the truck going somewhere without any other villagers. So we did get up early.
That's right.
So we're up early today because somebody wants to get up early, drive an hour and a half somewhere, to walk a mile and a half, to hopefully go see something that is like the number one thing at Yellowstone to go see.
There's a list of the things you don't want to miss. And we were here before, and I remember doing some of the things we've done, but I do not remember doing the one we're going to do today. So.
Oh, I'd remembered walking a mile and a half, I guarantee you that.
But people in our group took a tour where they paid somebody to, a paid ride-along tour or something yesterday. I'm not sure exactly how it worked, but their tour guide said that if you wanted to do these things, because they're so far into the park from where we are, that you need to get up and leave by 5. So. What
in the world are we thinking? But coffee is cooking. dark roast, coffee in the pot, getting ready to go over
Ready
there
to
because
go.
she's washing all the dishes, getting ready to go so we can get up. And it is still dark outside because in the mornings, night, it's still light until 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but it is dark out there this morning.
But if you look,
the birds are crazy this morning.
look outside that window, pitch black. So hopefully we saw a lot of animals yesterday. Hopefully we don't see any animals on our way up.
Or if we do, they'll be off to the side, not in the middle of the road.
Hopefully we don't see any animals up to the top of the hill and run into any.
I didn't see anybody outside this morning when I was walking the dog. The elk that are usually roaming around in the evenings either aren't here yet or are still asleep. So hopefully hopefully all the other animals are too.
All right, we'll go pour our coffee, get all the other people that are coming with us ready, and we are going to hit the road and drive an hour and a half. Hopefully to see something good today. Cause
maybe on the way back, since we're just going to run and do these things in the morning and then take a break, maybe on the way back we'll stop and grab some breakfast somewhere.
And we're doing our potluck tonight with everybody. Some cornhole.
And it's Kathleen Hancock's birthday today, so we're celebrating, I won't put a number on it, but a milestone birthday today. Which is great. We'll get there before it's busy. There'll be a place to park. We could walk right up. All of those things held true. We got in, we got right there. Traffic was a breeze, and there was plenty of parking.
The third car there.
There was
car.
nobody there.
Win-win, guys.
There had to be less than 20 people there.
There's a reason why there was only 20 people there.
The problem was it was chilly in the morning, and when a hot geyser meets the chilly air, it creates fog. We're not in a hurry.
I'm in a hurry because I woke up at 4:30 in the morning to take an hour and 15-minute ride to see the beautiful clear blue water.
The prismatic springs, is that what it's called?
And this is what we get to see. Go ahead and go all the way up so people can see the whole thing. Yeah, I'm glad we got up early in the morning for this. So I would suggest don't get up real early in the morning.
Or maybe come on a day that it's not 45 degrees in the morning. Maybe we won't have to stay too long to be able to actually see the crystal blue water. I don't know.
Okay, so we made it to the Grand Prismatic Springs. Are you excited to see it?
I am.
Look right here. Robert's showing it to you. Because this is what we see.
If only they served breakfast here, we could be eating while we waited for the fog to dissipate.
I don't think this fog is dissipating.
Once that sun gets up, it'll start breaking it up.
So they say the best time to see this is at noon.
Or steam, whichever one
Or
you want to
steam,
call
whatever
it.
you want to say. Which meant we couldn't see the
Anything.
beautiful sapphire pools. We could just see steam or fog.
You got to see blue water.
I can only imagine what the big one looks like.
Yeah,
Because that one's pretty, very pretty.
we can only imagine too.
And that one's way bigger.
Look, Robert's still laughing at you. He says, "Hey, boo boo, we made a boo boo." Isn't that pretty?
It is pretty.
Just imagine that 100 times bigger. So here's a tip for you.
Don't go super early in the
especially if the
morning
weather's
if it's
cold.
going to be chilly. Now, if it was later in the season and it was a little warmer,
I don't
that
think
might
it's
be
that
fun.
much
I
warmer
think
here.
it was in the upper 40s that morning when we left.
45.
So maybe if you were here, I know it doesn't get like super hot on a regular, so maybe mid to late July it would be different. But my word of caution is if it's that cold in the morning, don't bother getting up that early to go see it. Now, we could have gone back in the evening. It was like an hour and a half drive from where we were, so we kept putting it off. We did go do Mammoth Springs, which, holy cow, lots of stairs. Beautiful, but lots of stairs.
Yellowstone, I noticed, is a great cardio workout.
It absolutely is. And let's just be honest. There are a lot of places that you can just park and walk, and it's a short walk. And then there are places that you can park and walk a long walk. So we ended up going back to the Grand Prismatic, parking at Fairy Falls, and there's a 1 mile path.
1 whole mile.
It takes you up above the Grand Prismatic, so you're looking down on it. Beautiful view, very different from what we would have seen had we been able to see it the first
But
day.
once again, traffic was a nightmare to get in there. Nightmare.
Also would highly recommend Lamar Valley,
I think that's one
because
of my
that's
favorite.
where we saw the most wildlife. We saw just hundreds of buffalo.
What do you think?
It's good. And I got a Junior Rangers hat.
What's been your favorite thing so far today?
Going to the shop.
Going to where?
We went into a shop.
What shop?
The general shop.
When you got your badge and your ranger hat?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Was it bison? Or
Why are you guys like all of a sudden because your mom and dad are here you don't want to talk?
I did like seeing all that bison though. That was a lot of bison.
How many do you think there was?
At least, I'm gonna say 50,000.
50,000 bison.
I ain't gonna say how many. At least had to be 100.
Okay, hold on, Mom. How many bison were there?
I thought 150.
150 only? 1,000 or 150?
No, just 150.
Oh, you're wrong.
I'm thinking like 500. I would say there's no 500 in that one herd.
In the one herd, they were all the way down the road.
There was babies laying on the binocular. There was babies beside. There was babies. I believe you.
All right, Uncle Mark, Mike, Chris, John. 1,000. All right, Nathan, last one, because I know the answer.
I'm thinking about 500.
You guys are all wrong.
What is it? How do you know? Would you count it?
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
I went online, and they're all tagged, so they tell you exactly how many there are.
Peter, how many?
Well, you know, none of us had telephone signal, so there's no way I went online.
Elk are everywhere, guys. They're in town, they're in the park, they're in the campground. Of course, you're not supposed to approach them. We had one person that thought he would test that. I think Jimmy might have caught a little bit of video of that.
I might not share that. I don't know.
We
You have to
saw-
keep watching to see if I decide to put that on there.
We saw bears, we saw coyotes,
We saw grizzly.
fox, we saw 2 eagles in flight, lots of waterfalls, lots of, I guess, the springs, the geyser, lots of, I think Barrel Springs was one of our
I think
favorites.
that was my favorite
It was
one.
bright blue. Even the wooden structure and decking around it was blue.
Now, that is perfect for somebody who doesn't want to walk, because you only have to go
yeah, that was a
1,000 yards.
very short walk.
But the sounds that come out of that, the heat that comes off of it,
It's crazy.
I think that was my favorite piece of the whole thing.
I don't know if you can see from the angle he's at, but this is Barrel Spring, and it shines like the blue-green gemstone beryl. That's where it gets its name. The hot water and cold air combine in the winter to create ghost trees, which look like little Christmas trees, which are stacks of ice. The temperature of the water is usually a few degrees below boiling, and it generally oscillates between 188.5 and 192 degrees Fahrenheit. It is one of the hottest springs in Yellowstone.
So we did a lot of driving, we did a lot of walking.
We did go see the old and the reliable
Old Faithful.
Old Faithful again, and I think Old Faithful. Don't get me wrong.
It's not my favorite.
I think she is losing its steam.
So, but we went. We'd seen it before, years and years ago, but we went again so we could see it. I don't know. I'm going to say probably the best thing to do if you're going to be in there all day is pack a lunch, pack a cooler, so that you don't have to spend an incredible amount of money for like a hot dog.
So let's talk about the app that you downloaded.
But I will recommend that. There's an app, it's called Shaka. It looks like this on the picture. And no matter which way you're going through the park, you download the app. It was like $14 or $15. You pick like the park you want. It works at a ton of national parks. So if you're someone that visits national parks, you might enjoy it. Once we got into the park, it would pick up via satellite and it would navigate through the park. So if there were little shortcuts or little side, this is not even a quarter of a mile trip around to show you these rocks or whatever, it would tell you about them. You didn't have to stop, and if you did, it would tell you more about them. And if you didn't, it would say, oh, I guess you didn't want to stop. But it gave a lot of historical facts and told you a lot of little bits of information. Now, you can pay hundreds of dollars to take a tour, a guided tour through Yellowstone. We did not do that, but we did pay for this app.
Top of one of the largest volcanoes on the planet.
And there was a lot of cool information.
Well, let's talk about one thing. The app worked amazing because it was GPS. 95% of that park, you're not getting any cell service at all. So if you're trying to Google something or look up something on there, you're not going to get that. So you're going to need to find out where you're going to go and where you're going to be before you get there. Or that app was amazing. That helped us get around a lot.
And also when we went into the park, they gave us a little newspaper about the park. And on the back, there was a picture that had shaded areas where there was cell service, but that wasn't even really accurate. It was kind of spotty even in those areas. We went to several restaurants in town. On our last night, we all went to a place called The Corral. It was a burger joint. They did have some indoor seating, but mostly outdoor seating. They had a playground for the kids.
Well, before we went there, a couple of us went somewhere early in the morning. That was very, very cold.
Oh, we did. Well, let me tell you about The Corral. I'm already talking about it. They had beef burgers, bison burgers, elk burgers. You could get them cooked however you wanted. They were hand patted. They were good. They had hand cut fries. They had milkshakes that looked amazing. We didn't have one of those. They had an alcoholic beverage selection as well as soft drinks.
The downside that I had with it is we had 20 people. Our fault. No issues. They got us seats. But you have to go one by one and go order outside and they bring you the food. And
that is what it is, because that's their setup, right? Like you go order your food at the window and then they bring it to the table for you.
But if you want a second drink,
that's
drink
where it got weird.
Then you had to go back and stand in that long line again. So.
If you had a soft drink, you could just go refill it yourself. But if you were having beer or wine or a mixed drink, you had to go back up to the window and order a second drink and then back to your seat and wait for them to bring it to you. So that was a little awkward, but the food was good. It didn't have the best reviews online, so we were a little skeptical, but our guide from the morning recommended and said they had good burgers. And
where did he tell you to go first to go to dinner at a Mexican restaurant?
So our one guide said, oh yeah, it's a great Mexican restaurant. If you drive into Livingston, it's about an hour, but it's a great Mexican restaurant. It's called Taco Bell. He clearly does not know that Taco Bell is not typically in my restaurant choice list. So there's that. Sorry about the people on our radio talking. Excuse them.
That's the good thing about the crawl. They're talking about things right now and trying to see if
their brake lights are working.
If everybody's working right. Let me turn it down so I can talk.
Robert, I can't see you raise in front.
Okay, so maybe that's a little better.
Yeah, sure, the lights are working.
But our guide was our guide on our whitewater rafting trip. Now, it wasn't like a class 5 or a super scary whitewater rafting trip, but we'd never been whitewater rafting, so we were okay with that. But they put us in, I can't remember the name of the river at the top, but then it transitions into the Yellowstone River. So while at Yellowstone, we whitewater rafted down the Yellowstone River, which was pretty cool.
So how many people can say they whitewater rafted down the Yellowstone River?
all get to go whitewater rafting for the first time down the Yellowstone River.
There's still one of us that's done
Except for her. Yeah.
Have you been whitewater rafting?
No.
Are you scared?
A little bit.
Why would you be? Why are you afraid?
Are you afraid of the water?
I'm afraid I'm gonna flip out or I'm gonna drown or something.
Yeah.
You won't
I
try.
think one of us will scoop you up out the
So the
water.
first time
We're not
ever.
gonna let you
First time ever.
Yep.
First time.
Where did you go last time?
The New Valley River in West Virginia.
You all.
Are you ready?
For what?
For what? To
yeah.
go skinny dipping.
Skinny dipping.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, I thought we were whitewater rafting.
See, we fooled you, didn't we? You didn't know that's what this is, skinny dipping?
No.
You know what skinny dipping is?
No.
Oh, that's gonna be fun then.
But I'm excited but nervous at the same time.
Look at them. Look how loud he is. So your daughter said that she's ready to go skinny dipping. Yeah, she doesn't know what skinny dipping is.
Oh my God.
A shaft and a blade, okay? T-grip is the most dangerous thing in the boat, all right? We're gonna take our thumb, we're gonna wrap 4 fingers over top of it. If not, bam, it sneaks out, catches someone in the current, or you poke a rock, you're gonna give somebody summer teeth. Anybody know what summer teeth are? Some are in the boat, some are in the water, some are still in your mouth. Not the summer body we're aiming for.
That hurts.
We'll wait until I think I'm going over at some point. You think you're going over? I'm going over.
How do I say it?
Just sit.
He told you.
Like this?
You sit there and turn around. No, now spin.
What?
Spin around.
My legs are hanging over?
Yes.
Oh, God. No. Yeah.
Now hold on to the rope.
Dad, I don't want to do this. Yep. Slide. I don't want to do that.
So you gotta do that.
No.
No, you gotta do that. Oh, we beat this up.
Just try it one more time. You'll be all right.
No, I won't.
Trust the guy. Trust Jimmy. Jimmy's
I'm
here.
gonna fall.
You're fine.
Sir, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's a lot cooler if you do.
Corey.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Wear a helmet.
Ready to say goodbye to all of you.
See, if Claire would have
My daughter doesn't want to wear a helmet.
held the camera.
Oh boy, here we go.
All right, get ready. Turn on.
All right, on. Here we go.
Get in there. Yeah. Here we go. Take a break. Forward for us, backwards for them. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Shit, that was pro right there.
We're not done yet.
Oh, we're doing it? Oh, Claire, you got this, Claire?
Yeah. Whoa! And where?
What's up with what? The minimum work? Yeah! Oh, you crapped in the fun.
Who got wet?
Take a break. Oh, we must go forward now.
We can.
We can now.
It was a group of 7 of us. And there were a lot of it was just kind of like you were in a lazy river because it was very smooth. Then we'd hit the rapids and it bounced around a little bit. But our guide was Jake.
From State Farm.
He was not from State Farm, but he was a really good sport about it. And we had a blast with him. He was so much fun. And can I just say it was Wild West
Adventures.
Wild West Adventures, maybe? Wild West. Anyway, we'll put the name because I'll figure it out because we have some pictures. Everybody there was amazing. Like the girl that checked us in was great. They provided wetsuits, rain jackets if you wanted, water shoes if you did. If
Why'd
you
you get a
needed them.
wetsuit when you're getting wet?
Because the
anyway?
water was freezing and that wetsuit kept me warm. Our guy was Jake. I don't remember the other kid's name because there was 2 boats. There was our boat and another one. But anyway, they were both super cool. The guy driving the bus was super cool. Like everybody there that we encountered, every employee there was just awesome.
If
Their
you come to
customer service was
Yellowstone-
awesome, and if you're going to do a whitewater rafting,
We recommend it.
yeah, I recommend them. And they may also do horseback riding. I'm not positive about that, but yeah, they were superb. And there's like 6 whitewater rafting companies in town, and Kathleen actually chose them because she's the one that did the calling around to find out what the prices were, and she said she didn't remember that they were necessarily the cheapest, but their customer service was awesome. That's why she chose them. And we went on an early morning rafting trip, which saved us a few bucks, and it was beautiful. The views in Montana, the views at Yellowstone,
What you're working at right now.
are amazing, period. Like, end of sentence. But they're so much different when you're down on the water looking up around at everything. So,
But I will tell you, at 45 degrees outside, you know, guys, I love the cold. Don't like the heat. The first little dip and the water came on the front of the boat because I was sitting on the front of it.
he should have gotten a wetsuit.
It took my breath away, literally. And after that, I was numb, so it didn't matter.
Water was very cold.
But the funny thing was, we all asked the tour guides, or the guides or whatever, said, "Are you guys going to wear a wetsuit?"
Yeah.
No, we don't need. We're not wearing one. No, we're real men. We're not wearing one.
Their seat was up
I found out
smidge
why.
higher than everybody else's, and they
They
were on
don't
the
get
back of
wet.
the boat where they weren't getting wet. So, and of course, you know, when you have a group of men, when one guy wasn't wearing a wetsuit, none of them were wearing a wetsuit.
Hell no, we're not.
Because everybody else isn't wearing one, I'm not wearing one. So the boys got cold, and they should have taken their direction from the girls and gotten a wetsuit, and they just stayed warm.
I would still go tomorrow and not wear a wetsuit.
It was great. So that was fun.
Check them out, you'll love them.
Hanging out with our friends was fun.
If you go there, look for our stickers because they allow Lisa to put stickers everywhere.
Put
So we have
sticker on the
FindUsCamping
bus,
everywhere.
put sticker on the counter.
Take a picture, send it to us.
Take a picture, tag us in it. But yeah, everybody there was super awesome. What else did we do while we were there? We had the best potluck. Everybody that knows us knows Jimmy's not really a potluck guy. But we did have a potluck at our site one night where everybody in our group and then a couple other people from the park joined us. The manager's husband stopped by for a minute, but a good time was had by all. We had to finally go in at quiet time. And then the next night,
I had to turn the lights off on them because they were still partying.
Thank God it wasn't that night. The next night, a grizzly bear was in our park, and the manager had worked for a couple hours overnight trying to get him or her. I don't know that they said one way or the other, but it was a big grizzly bear. Went through the park, had been downtown, broken into a house,
Hey,
gotten
Yogi,
into something.
I think we found a picnic basket in his house.
So last night was a don't leave any trash outside. They emptied the dumpsters around the campground.
And be in your camper by dark.
Early and be inside by dark because they anticipated the grizzly coming back.
And I had to get my hair cut last night. So
You
I
got
needed
it
to hurry
done.
up.
You got it done in time. And I didn't see any signs of the grizzly being back last night because the night before, like, they demolished their trash cans are within like a wooden fence area with a lid on it. The bear tore them to pieces.
I will tell you, Paisley knew it was there. Though.
Yeah, Paisley smelled it as soon as we came out of the camper. She smelled it. She was not a fan. She was very scared.
So I'd like to know what she smelled and knew that was something big, something that she didn't want to do.
I don't know how their brains work, but before we knew there had been a grizzly, she was acting all weird when I took her outside, and I couldn't figure out why. And then the manager and his wife, or the manager and her husband, strolled through and said there was a grizzly in the park last night. I'm like, that explains it. So I think everybody that was there had a good time. It was our crawl group, and then we had
our camp out there.
4 other RVs that joined us there, and I think everybody had a good time.
So if you want to see more pictures of these on our Facebook page, the Sun Outdoor 2024 Summer Sun Outdoor group, I'll link it on the bottom so you guys can see it. They're all posting on there so you can see it, and maybe next time when we're on one of these, you guys can come visit us.
And I think they'll also post on the FindUsCamping Villagers page. So keep an eye on both of those pages to see their pictures and their videos and their highlights. And of course, we're going to give you this video here where we show you ours. And then today we're headed to a harvest host. I won't tell you. We'll talk about it when we get there.
I bet you could probably guess what kind of harvest host it is.
Seem to have a theme going. And then tomorrow we head up to another, I think it's almost a week long stay
Another camp out. We have some campers
at
coming
another
too.
really cool place. So
I guess that's
no, I don't think anybody's joining us there. It's just going to be the 5 of us, but it's going to be another beautiful place to explore.
I can't wait. That's my favorite.
That's his favorite park. I like Yellowstone. I like them both, but I really like Yellowstone because I like the animals. His favorite park is more about the views. So we won't hold you up any longer, but we hope you enjoy all the clips and funnies and fun stuff that we did in Yellowstone.
And we'll get back to our day posting until we probably get to Glacier. Yep, there you go. Told you where it was.
Spoiler alert.
So if you're following us long, you know where we're going. So once we get to Glacier, we're there for a couple of days. So we'll probably do a week-long video there too. That way we don't bore you guys with all the drive time.
But we'll have a video, I guess, tomorrow about the Harvest Host tonight. And we'll see you there. Right?
See you guys.
So the second trip to the Grand Prismatic parking lot was over full and closed. So we had to walk the ferry, what was it called?
Ferry Falls?
Ferry Falls Trail.
Don't do it!
The view was great from up there. The walk, on the other hand, because we were trying to go quickly, was hard. Was it worth it, Robert?
It's a very good picture. Was it worth it, Robert? It's a very good picture.
100% worth it.
Oh, I knew
Maybe
she
not
would
at
say.
that pace, but 100% worth it.
Hell no. Not only no, hell no. There you have it.
I think it was worth it.
I think it was a split truck.
Now we're trying to rush back to have dinner with everybody else tonight.
So when you guys
I'm
watch
not sure
this,
we're gonna make it.
We're not going to make it, guys. We're trying.